Battle of Chickamauga from Glory I. Just finished the 10-15 turn. Not a whole lot of advances have been made. The Confederates have, they didn't do it by combat, but they've created a little hole up here. Force is now starting to get into the action. I backed the Union cavalry off to this victory location. It's interesting, they would just barely lose their assaults from the Confederates from Liddell, but they would never get disordered. So I went ahead and pulled them back to cover that victory location. Brandon lost one or got disordered from Forrest's cavalry here. And also I boo-booed. Granger is the one he cannot move, except for this brigade up here at McCook. So I started to move him back now. Nothing lost. He'll get back into position just fine. And plus he'll check Forrest's other cav units moving there along with Pegram's artillery. He was disordered. He's now recovered, ready to move. Liddell had to do some recovery. He lost an assault right there and ended up disordered. Let's see, Palmer, the Union, he has recovered and has managed to hold his ground. Let's see, Stewart, he charged in there, and well, he got stopped before he even fought. And then Berg's brigade attacked and drove one of Law's units back into the victory location they've taken. So depending on how the chits are drawn, he might try to take that back. And plus he had recovered his other unit, and now in the recovery phase last turn, and then he undisrupted in this turn. Reynolds got 2 of his units back, 2 of his brigades, but the other one, King, had a terrible morale. He rolled to return and failed, so he's eliminated. Hindman, same thing. And the Union lost another battery from Palmer. So Palmer has no artillery now. Let's see what else we got here. Cheatham, one of the better brigades, he can't seem to get nothing going without getting disrupted. Van Cleve, he's holding his ground down here. He hasn't given up any space. He's had a disruption, but he hasn't given up any ground. And of course, Wood's brigade, or Wood's division, he's holding that ford down there, that bridge, so he'll probably stay there, which will keep Hindman there. And Johnson's division of the Union, from the 20th Corps, 2nd Division, 20th Corps, he's now on the map moving. He'll probably, either he'll move up to here to try to quell this hole or shut this hole down, or he's going to have to come farther up, depending on what I do with Reynolds. Reynolds may have to move up to here to help shut this down. But I got a feeling Johnson's going to have to come farther north too. He's going to have to come up the pike there a little farther. I'll have to check other reinforcements to see what's coming on. Let's see. In the 11:30 turn, the Union gets Davis's division in artillery, and they can come in either there, at that entry hex, 1743, or they can come in over here on the pike, on the road there, which is probably where they'll come in at. The Confederates, they don't get any they get Cleburne at 1245, which is another very good unit in his artillery. Alright, so still just one victory location taken by the Confederates. This game plays pretty smooth so far. I mean, it might have took me 35 minutes to play this turn, all the chits. And you look in the cup, you can see there's a bunch of chits, and there's 2 more getting ready to be added. Alright, so there's the overall picture. And as soon as we finish the 11:30 game turn, we'll post back up. Thanks for watching. Alright, Battle of Chickamauga, Glory I. We just completed the 11:30 turn. And let's take a look at what has happened. Alright, so Reynolds' regiment that was trying to recover, he failed. So he is eliminated, along with that one from Hindman from last turn. Let's see. The cavalry, the Union cavalry, he took a double disorder, so they're over here. Berg lost 2, they're over here. And Gist from the Confederacy, he's lost 1, so they're over. They went with Thrawn. The end of the turn, they moved down to recovery. And on the map, Granger's still where he is. Can't seem to get him going. All right, into the fight. So, there's Gist's remaining brigade right here. He's awful far back, and here's why. He attacked with both of his brigades that unit, who was actually sitting right here in that hex, empty hex, and they lost. And it was a very, very bad roll. It was 0 or less than 0. So he had to retreat initially, and Brandon's brigade had to advance and continue shock. So he hit him, or had the option to. So, you know, he wasn't disrupted, so you might as well try. So he hit them again, and because just both brigades that were there were disrupted, one of them got disrupted again, and that's why he's over in that box, and the other one had to retreat. So now there's a hole in the Confederate line right there. I didn't want to move, that brigade, Croxton's brigade right there, he didn't have to move any farther, so he was done. The rest of Brandon's brigade right there, that one regiment underneath the cannons there in the middle, are still disrupted. All right. Forrest's cavalry took that victory location, and they were the ones that put the Union cavalry in the withdrawal box. McCook's brigade from the Union, he got into the fight, and Pegram's battery stopped him before he could do anything. All right, so we got a hole there with the middle objective taken with cavalry, and I tell you, Forrest's cavalry is pretty potent in this game. All right, Liddell has broke out, and he's the one that put Baird's brigade over in the withdrawal box, and now they're behind the Union here. Now, Baird, his division had driven Law out, and they took the victory location back, but then Stewart hit him back and took the location back again, so the Confederates now have 2. All right, we go down the line here a little farther. Cheatham, Johnson. That was just back and forth. Nobody really gained anything. The Union, Johnson's division, he hit Cheatham and caused Cheatham to disorder and back up. And he is untouched right now, so he's in the fight. Really not much going on down here. Davis came on, and I'm debating with 4 turns or 5 turns to play. Do I want to continue up here to get these victory locations back, which would probably be the right thing to do, or punish the Confederate line down here, get them off the battlefield? Because you have another division coming on, good old Phil Sheridan. And then behind him will be Negley's division. As you can see by the reinforcement chart over here. Sheridan's coming on this turn, then Negley, then Campbell. And then Long's cavalry brigade, that says 10-15 on the 20th. Okay, so that they won't even come in. So this will end with the last reinforcements for the Union to be 3:15. The Confederates, they got Cleburne's division coming in this turn, and you see him sitting right here. Very, very good division. And then he'll follow up with Breckinridge. Then Kershaw will be another good one. And I think that'll be it, because Colquitt, he's the last brigade from Gist's division. That'll be at night, and the game turn ends on the 17th. The game ends on the 17:45 game turn. We're not playing the 3-day, we're just playing the 19th. All right, so that's how the battlefield looks. Looks like the obvious panic location is right here, near that main intersection there. All right, so we'll have to see how the Union responds, and we'll get back to you after we've completed the 12:45 game turn. Thanks for watching.